Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. What's going on, y'all? Happy Saturday. Happy Self-Care Saturday. How are we feeling today? What's up, Zaria? What's going on? Thanks for coming through. Hey, Moochie. Ow. What's up, Jerry? Can y'all hear me? First of all, can you hear me clearly? Before we even go any further, what's up, Miss Kira Speaks? How are y'all feeling today? I hope everybody is having a good, happy Saturday. So, of course, today is Self Care Saturday, and when Self Care Saturdays, I usually talk about self care tips, self care ideas, positive affirmations, stopping the stigma on mental health, breaking the silence, bringing awareness, all that good stuff. Today, I just first and foremost wanted to do a mental health check in. We always got to come together at least once a month and check in and see how everybody doing, how we hanging in there, how we making out. And second of all, I wanted to talk a little bit about, this is that time of the season where we kind of get the little, blues, a little something, something, okay? We get seasonal affective disorders, just seasonal depression, um, with the time changing, with the time of the month and things of that nature, right? So I've talked about this before. We have the season changes from fall to winter is usually when it's the heaviest. And then, of course, we also have them holiday blues that come around too. I'll probably talk more about that when I do my self care in December. So, right now, we're more so focusing on just those winter blues that a lot of people, get. But, you know, first and foremost, just right now we doing that self-care check-in, and we want to take a moment to remember to breathe, okay? Take a deep breath in, hold it, and then just let it all out, right? And whatever may be feeling heavy and crazy with this week that you just went through or the day you having or whatever, just let it all go when you letting that breath out, okay? That's what we want to do. Hey, Torian, what's going on? Thanks for hopping in. Hey, Alicia. What's up, HEA? So, yeah, how y'all feeling today? How's y'all day going? Today's not too bad for me overall. I can't complain. I can say that I'm tired, but y'all always hear me say I'm tired. I've been working hard, okay? I've been putting in that work. She work hard for the money, okay? I've been getting it in. So I am tired and I have not been sleeping properly. That's nothing new either. But outside of that, I really can't complain. Not too bad of a day for me. But I do get, seasonal depression, right? And a lot of people actually get it. So that is what I wanted to tell y'all about today. Okay. So, of course, y'all know it's Self Care Saturday. And this is the place, honey. All right. You are in the right place. You in Tamika's Den. This is the happy place. This is where we can let it all go, let it flow. Good vibes only. Self care is not a luxury, it's a necessity, child. I'm already slipping over my words. And so, we got to make sure that we doing what we supposed to do. We are officially closed for self care. Okay. So yeah, you guys, a lot of people actually, suffer with seasonal affective disorders during this time of the year. They call it SAD, right? SAD, which basically fits because a lot of times that's actually how you feeling. You feeling sad, you feeling low, you get in the blues. So that, is a perfect description, right? And it typically starts like with daylight savings time, right? And it's like the fall and continues into the winter. Now, I even did one in the summer on how some people actually get the blues in the summer for different reasons, but usually it's a higher rate when it's this time of the year, okay? And um It affects 10 million people. That's a lot of daggone people. Okay. It affects 10 million. It's basically kind of linked with, like I said, daylight savings, us getting shorter days. The sunlight is sometimes could be a chemical imbalance that goes to the brain. It's experienced in about 5% of adults, and it lasts about 40% of the year. Typically it begins between the ages of 18 and 30, right? And so that is what we getting into, y'all. It's a lot of people that definitely be dealing with it. What's up, Detroit King? Thanks for coming through. Yes, y'all, please do hit that like button. Share it, comment, all that good stuff. If it's your first time here, welcome to you. Glad to have you, and everybody that's been joining me on these. Welcome back. Glad to have y'all in the den. HEA says I'm stressed out because I'm affected by direct deposit hack. Yes. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, Lord. I know how that goes. I done went through that too, like a couple of months back, child. Today isn't too bad. The week has become a yeah, child. Listen, I definitely understand. So we definitely got to you know, hang in there and push through, because there always be something. Zeri says I'm good this weekend. The weekend, the dark affects me. Yeah, yeah. So we literally have to go day by day. I know that a lot of times you would hear that saying from your grandma, your auntie, your mama, somebody, okay. One of the OGs done said, day by day, take your time. And it just sounds like one of those things that people just say, but it really is literally all we could do is take it day by day and do what we can do, and just kind of leave the rest, and not overwhelm yourself more than you need to. So, yeah, it's a lot of people that's actually, affected during this time. Like I said, both with the holiday seasons and with the weather changes. Is just that time of the year that you will find depression rates a lot higher, right? And I do suffer with it myself. I noticed that once we get to the colder months, I don't really be feeling it at all. Okay. And I'm not big on the holidays. One, because the holidays is just not the same anymore. A lot of my family has either passed away, or we all living in different states. We don't get together the way that we used to, and things of that nature. So it'd be kind of like, I guess I'll be on my Scrooge mode, where I'll be like, bah humbug, okay? But it is basically, of course, different reasons why people can have it, or why it's increased at that time. And there's some people that are actually more at risk than some of the other people, maybe. So just like, say for instance, if you're somebody that already has depression, a major depression, or bipolar disorder, it might be heavier for you. If it's something that's in your family history, that might be making it a little heavier for you. Even just having a low vitamin D level can actually make it happen to you a little bit more. And if you live further north, if it's not really much sunlight in the area that you live in the winter months, that actually affects you. So I always find that interesting, that the light is a big part of it as well. Detroit King says meditation is a point. Yes, I'm always telling people about meditation. Some people say it's hard for them to meditate. I think it's just one of those things where I say we always got to be continuously practicing. Practice makes perfect. You may feel like you can't get yourself to settle those first couple times, but don't give up. Just keep doing it. And the more you do it, I think the more natural it will be for you, right? Same thing I tell y'all with the positive affirmation. Same thing I tell y'all with breathing. For me, I've talked about that listening to rain sounds really calms me. Excuse me. Sometimes you may do like relaxation music, or just music in general, For me, my common things is definitely anything around water. So I've already talked about it before, being in the pool, being at the beach, being in a hot tub, okay? Even sometimes just taking a bubble bath or Epsom salt bath. Those are my go-tos that definitely relax me. My candles, my incense, anything that's gonna have you in that peaceful place that you feel like works for you, that's what you do. Of course, movies and TV shows, I enjoy that. I enjoy my music. So, you know, definitely I go to those at times too to just take my mind off things. And then, some of the symptoms that you feel during this time is just, of course, you may feel depressed for most of the day. You may lose interest in activities. You may feel sluggish or agitated, okay, irritated. Um, Feelings of hopelessness, worthlessness, oversleeping or not sleeping at all, okay? Overeating or not eating. And a lot of times you will crave carbohydrates during that time, right? And then you'll withdraw from social settings, social situations, you know, and it's possible that you may have, some death or suicidal thoughts. And of course, if it comes to anything like that, we know that we need to reach out to the proper people to, get help for that. And I always tell people that you can also DM me. I do answer my DMs, okay? I try to answer them fast. Sometimes, sometimes may not be as fast as others. But if you feel like you need somebody to talk to, I have people that have DM me when they feeling down. They DM me to check in on me, and things of that nature. So we all in this together and we all here for each other. Okay, y'all. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments. Yeah, HEA says she can't settle her thoughts. Yeah, I'm a person that I think nonstop. I'm definitely an overthinker. I'll be thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking, and sometimes I can't get my brain to settle either. But I found that since I've been doing this for a long time now, I do see the differences and I do see where things is working. Now it's not gonna work overnight, but you'll have that time when you be like, well, wait a minute, oh shoot, okay, that actually worked today. That was different, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever. That wasn't working for me in the same way, and you will see it eventually take effect if you just keep practicing it, okay? Um yeah, Inga says depression runs in my family, mine too. And that's the thing about it. A lot of times, well, at least in my family, but I've heard a lot of other people say it too. We wouldn't talk about people that were depressed or what was happening with somebody that was having any type of mental illness or anything like that. You heard about the physical ones for the most part, and you could go to the doctor and say we're running your family as far as high blood pressure, stroke, sugar, diabetes, and things of that nature, but you did not never heard anybody talking about anything that had to do with any type of depression and things of that. With my mom and just my family in general, my grandmother, my aunts, and everybody used to say is, oh, they having a spell. And it was like, well, what the heck is the spell? It wasn't until when I got older that I really realized, no, it ain't no daggone spells. They had some type of, you know, either depression or some type of mental illness that was affecting them in different ways, whether they was getting treated for it or they was getting medication for it or any of those things. I have no clue because this was not something that they talked about. I don't know why, but it was just a different time, definitely looked at differently. And, that's pretty much what they used to just say. So, Miss Kara speaks says, yeah, medication can be difficult, but meditation can be difficult, but sometimes it works. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Like I said, it used to be really hard for me. I find the more you do it, the easier that it gets, right? Um, Inga says that's why I go on my vacations. I know that's right. Yeah. That's why I said whatever it is that calms your nerves and give you that peace. We all need that vacation and that break and that time to step away one time or another. You can't just keep, taking stuff on and on and on and on and on. Mm-mm. Jerry says even watering The plants outside. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I got my plants too, and this is the longest that I've had plants. Usually I was not good with plants. They was always dying. And I still got my plants now, and I definitely find my comfort in that. Inga says we're going into daylight savings. Yep, by getting dark early here on the East Coast. This is the time when seasonal depression is huge, especially going into the holiday season. Yep, exactly. Definitely. Definitely. Okay. Inga said, putting my Christmas tree up either tonight or tomorrow because that brings me peace. Yes, love looking at the Christmas lights. Yeah, that's the thing about it. Sometimes when people see like they put up their tree or they put up decorations or maybe they see other people's decorations, maybe they go down like here at Radio City. I know that they put up the big tree down there. A lot of people go down there to see the tree and the lights down there. Sometimes seeing the snow can make people, feel peaceful. For me, it does the exact opposite. I think it's a mixture. I can still kind of look at the lights and be like, oh, that's pretty. And it can take me to a happy place and I can have a good memory. But then it can have the reverse effect on me too, where it just makes me feel kind of sad and get the blues. I like seeing snow, like when it's first snow and nobody has walked in it yet. I love seeing that. But then I don't want to go outside and have to walk through the snow, especially after they get all nasty and slushy and stuff. I'll be like, yeah, no, no, thank you. Okay. Of course, when I was a kid, I used to like to go and play in it. So it's kind of like a mixture. I never really know which way I'm going to feel, but sometimes that could definitely brighten you up. And if it's something that, is going to brighten you up, then definitely go for it. Anything that's going to help you. Hey, what's up? Thank you for coming through. Appreciate it. So, yeah, HEA consistency is very important. Very important. Being consistent, practice makes perfect. Even if you stop for a couple of days, excuse me, if you stop for a couple of days or a week, don't matter. Don't feel like, oh, well, I stopped. I wasn't doing it no more, so I can't continue. No, just pick up where you left off at. That's okay if you stop for a minute. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of just keeping it going, and it'll become easier and easier. After a while, it's not even something that you got to remind yourself of or you got to keep telling yourself. It will become something that's just a natural part of your day for you to do that. If you keep gradually doing it, trust me. Definitely. Inga says, I've been a caregiver for someone who deals with depression and anxiety issues. Is no fun being a caregiver. The caregiver goes through depression too. Absolutely. And I'm always talking about that. You can have a situation where you may be the one that's physically sick and you may be the one that's physically sick, and that can make you actually be depressed. And then, being depressed can also make you physically sick. It goes hand in hand, right? Or if you're a caregiver for somebody who was either physically sick, mentally sick, have depression and different things of that nature, you being the caregiver for that person takes the toll on you, right? So it's still like we have to take care of ourselves, because if we don't take care of ourselves, we can't take care of anybody else. So we still have to take that time out for ourselves. It can be very difficult. I have been both. I have been the person that's sick. I have been the caregiver for people that's sick. I was a caregiver with my job because I worked in the health field for over 20 years, but then I've also been a caregiver, to family members, to a spouse, and it's not easy at all. It will definitely take a toll on you, and you have to take some time out for yourself. Period. Like, no, you know what I mean? There's no questions about it. There's no in betweens. There's no substitutes. You just have to. You always have to put the oxygen on yourself before you could put it on anybody else. Period. So I know that's sometimes very hard to do, but it's definitely very real. And yeah, depression wasn't talked about back in the day. It kind of was looked at as taboo, and it was also looked at like, well, we don't go through that. We do not go through that over here, right? That's their thing type of attitude. And, definitely as far as going to talk to somebody, it would be like, oh no, we ain't going to talk to nobody. I ain't sitting there telling nobody my business and all that different kind of stuff. And I get it, but I have been in counseling for a long time, and I've told y'all that it has been a big help to me. So I'm always in support of counseling, and I always tell people, if you feel like you need to go talk to somebody, please do. You'll be surprised at how much it helps. Sometimes you may go in there for one thing, and you may actually be able to, express and get a lot of things out about whatever you went in there for. And then you'll also find a bunch of other things that you didn't even know affected you in the way that it did. So it really is a big help. It has been a big help for me. So I'm always telling people to go for it if you want to. And we have a lot more options now than they had back in the days. Now we can actually, just talk to somebody over the phone. We ain't got to go in person. We could talk to them through a video call, or we could go in person, or we can do all three. You know what I mean? And it definitely was not that many different options for people back in the days. They had a completely different type of care back in the days, which was definitely in a lot of ways not good, right? And so, of course, that makes people skeptical too, which is understandable, but is a whole different, type of thing now, where we have a lot more choices that we can choose from in the way that we can get the help. And then hopefully you also have somebody that you can just talk to, whether it's a friend or a family member that you can confide in. And also, using positive affirmations, using the breathing, using the meditation, all of these things together, you will start to see a big difference in you. So that's definitely a big aspect. Oh yes, Inga. Now that I do. I don't necessarily put up the decorations, but one thing I gotta do is listen to my Temptations and my Jackson 5. That's gonna happen, okay? I'm gonna play me some Temptation Silent Night, okay? And I'll be talking about that when we get, closer to Christmas. When my witches should be watching. I did that I think 2 years ago when I first was starting up the channel. But it's nothing like playing the Temptations at Christmas time. Okay, honey? That little drummer boy, ain't nobody else. They ain't messing with it. Okay. They are not messing with it. So I'm definitely here for that. One thing I will do is play my Christmas music, and I always make a lasagna every year for Christmas. So I'm not big on, the decorating part of it anymore. But as far as that gots to go down for me. And that usually lifts me up and makes me feel good when I do that. HEA says we went to church to help our mental health. Yes, yes, yes. A lot of people will basically say go to church, they'll say pray, and I'm not against that, honey. Okay, I was brought up in the church and I used to sing in the choir, and I ain't gonna get into all of those things because that's a conversation for another day. But I just feel like, sometimes there's good and bad inside of that too. A lot of times they would say, oh, well, pray it away, just don't worry about it. And for some things you can't say just don't worry about it. You got to be putting in the work too, right? And so it is also said that God help those that help themselves. You can't just sit back and be like, okay, well, we're going to keep ignoring this problem, especially if we see that it's something really, really serious, and then not be doing anything about it. But yes, definitely in a lot, especially Black and brown homes, the church plays a very big part, right? And so that's definitely um something that is a part of it too. So now, the possible treatments and options that you have for treatments if you are someone that suffers with SAD is basically light therapy, right? Which is basically, I think there's like lights that you can literally go and buy online that are a help to you, because a big part of why they say that you are getting this is because you're in a place where it gets dark faster, where there's not less sunlight, where there's shorter days. And so that was interesting to me. I'm like, maybe I need to look into that for myself as well. Then of course, like we was just talking about, you have the talk therapy where you go in and you talk to somebody. And of course, if it's something more serious, like I said, then that's maybe when we may start, talking to a psychiatrist. We may be getting antidepressants and things of that nature. But that's, when it's something more serious, that's not necessarily something that everybody's going to be doing. Everybody's situation is different. Um, so Inga says, Black folks always talking about going to church as if the pastor or priest can help them, and most of them are screwed up. That's why I said that's another kind of conversation for another day, because we all still human. We all go through things, and there's good and bad, and everything. I do believe that, um, if you are a person of faith, there's nothing wrong with, believing in your faith and sticking to it and saying your prayers. I have seen prayer change things, and I do have my own testimonies. But I also feel like, yeah, the doctors are here for a reason, right? And I go to whatever doctor it is for whatever thing that's going on, that I need help and treatment with during that time. And so I can do both. I don't feel like I have to choose one or the other. And with me doing all of the above that I feel like is the best for me, hopefully it helps me and I can see things get better, whether it's something that's physical or whether it's something that's mental or whether it's both, right? And so I can only tell y'all about the things that work for me. Some things that work for me may not work for you, and vice versa. But at least if we are all giving each other tips, we have those different options. We can look into it for ourselves and we can go from there. You may come back to me and say, oh, those was great tips you gave me, this and this and this and that helped, but then these other things not so much, and that's okay, right? So um Inga says having a lot of loss and deaths around you will stop people from wanting to celebrate the holidays, especially if you lost a lot of family and friends in the holiday. Yes, yes, yes. And that's one of my big issues. I have had a lot of deaths, especially, child, I don't even know. It's been like 5 years straight, nonstop. Death, 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 deaths. And unfortunately, some of those birthdays and holidays where the people passed away are actually right in the middle of the holidays. So it's like, there's no way around it. It kind of, of course, makes me think of them because it's their anniversary of when they died. And then it's the holidays too. And it's the time that we used to always spend together. If you guys have been hearing me with any of my reviews and different things I've been talking about in the last couple of weeks, you have probably heard me mention that I've lost my childhood friends. I lost, a cousin, an aunt, and it just be going on and on and on. Sometimes I could get calls every day in a week that somebody passed away, and that definitely has an effect. It'd be like I don't even want to answer my phone sometimes because I'm like, who's it gonna be now? Unfortunately, we know that death is a part of life. We all gonna go, one day. We don't know what day it is, but that definitely can be very, very heavy. So, we do what we can. And okay, HEA says yes. There is a spiritual lamp that stimulates sunlight. I definitely got to look into that because that's not, something that I have. So I'll try it. I'm willing to at least try one thing once, right? And then if it don't work, it don't work. But I could say I tried it. So Debbie says having a grandson helps my holidays a lot. Okay, yes. Definitely the kids will put a smile on your face. Okay. Miss Kira Speaks says whatever works. Yep. You just gotta find what works for you. You try whatever different things that you can. And that definitely makes a difference. So yeah, for me being around my nieces and nephews is a help. Sometimes it feels good just to get together as a family, whether it's with my siblings, because we used to always have big dinners growing up. We was always around. It was always my mom. Everybody was at my mom's house for the dinners, and then the tradition kind of passed down to me. We would all get together. Then it went from that to, like I said, just a lot of loss. Sometimes some of the relationships, you may go your separate ways. You may not be speaking to each other anymore for whatever reason. You may also have deaths. Loss comes in many different ways. Grieving comes in many different ways. It doesn't necessarily always have to be a death. And then there's also just all of us are spread out in different states now. We're all doing our own thing, have our own kids, and so on and so forth. And so just a lot of the people that used to get together with me we just don't anymore. Slowly but surely it started getting less and less and less. And then I kind of had like my immediate family with me, my spouse, his daughter, my son. Then, I got sick, he got sick, he passed away. And so my son and, my bonus daughter, they're both grown now and working and things of that nature. So they not really sitting around in the house with me anymore. So it's just a really different now. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Hey, Monique 69 Ways. Thanks for joining. So we basically was just doing, a mental health check-in for those of you that may have just came in. Anybody that comes back on the replay, gang, let us know you came by, put some flames up in the sky, tell us some of your self-care tips, your self-care ideas, whether you get seasonal depression. I'm talking a little bit about seasonal depression, and seasonal affective disorder, which we call SAD, SAD, that a lot of people get this time of the year because of daylight savings time, okay, because there's less sunlight, because it gets dark earlier, because of brain chemical imbalances. There's a number of different reasons, and there's a number of different, you know, things that we can do to help it, which we were just discussing. I'm finding out that there's some type of lamp you could buy. All right. I'm thinking about getting that because I do suffer with it myself at times. Of course, we talked about therapy. And that when it's that time, you may be feeling depressed, you may be feeling down, you may lose interest in activities, you may have low energy, difficulty concentrating, you may sleep too much, okay, oversleeping or not sleeping at all. You may be overeating or not eating at all. And for some reason, usually during the winter months, we crave more carbohydrates. And so I noticed that, well, my appetite is funny or no matter what, to be honest, all year round, especially I notice as I'm getting older and have certain injuries. But typically, I don't eat much in the summertime, right? I just drink a lot of fluids. I won't have no appetite. And in the winter, I would eat a lot more. So I don't know if that probably coincides with that. You may have gaining weight, losing weight, and then of course you are withdrawing from social situations. So that's basically what we have been talking about, ladies, and it does affect 10 million people. Okay, so that's a lot of people. It is mostly experienced in about 5% of adults. It lasts about 40% of the year, and it typically begins at ages 18 to 30. So like I said, have spoke about this before, both with us getting seasonal depression in terms of like from fall to winter, but then I talked about this in the summertime because people do get it in the summer too for completely different reasons. And it usually is a higher rate between fall and winter, right? And so that's one aspect of the seasonal depression. And I was saying that I would probably come back when I do my self care for the beginning of December and talk about the other aspect of it in terms of it being due to the holidays, right? So that's basically what we've been discussing. I thank you guys for joining. I appreciate y'all. It's okay, Kendall. It's okay. I appreciate you for coming through. Hey, listen, you was getting your self-care and shoot, you need a nap. Okay, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I was telling them earlier that I have not been sleeping, so more than likely I'm gonna be getting my nap in if I can. Once I get off of my what you should be watching because I have not slept. Okay. And I'll be tired as I don't know what, but still have a hard time going to sleep. And y'all know I've been telling y'all about that for a long time now. I just suffer with really bad insomnia. So no matter how tired I am, I still can't sleep. And it's ridiculous sometimes, but I'm used to it at this point. So guys, we don't have that much longer. I didn't really have a lot of things to talk about today. I just mainly wanted to do this mental health check-in, check in with y'all, make sure everybody was still hanging in there, let y'all know I'm still here, y'all still here, we still here, go us, okay? Because some did not make it through, through the week, through the day. So we got that going on for ourselves. And I just wanted to basically also tell you guys about this. And I got some affirmations for y'all. Okay, so First of all, I have some that are seasonal depression affirmations, but at the end of the day, I feel like we can all say them whether we suffer with seasonal depression or not. And then I have some daily affirmations. And also, anything that I share or talk about in these videos, I normally put them up as well in my community tab. Or if you're following me on social media, you will see it on my Instagram, you will see it on my Facebook, you will see it on my Twitter. Okay, we got it everywhere. So even if you want to make a copy of it for yourself, take a screenshot, or if you want me to DM it to you, just let me know. And I can do that too. So as far as the affirmations for seasonal depression, we say I allow myself to do things that I have the capability for. My depression does not define me. I won't blame myself for the way that I feel. I deserve a life that feels meaningful. I will remember the truth about myself, okay? I will remember the truth about myself no matter what anybody says. There is um there is wait, I'm sorry y'all. I don't even understand what I was writing there. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, okay? um okay, this is not going to stay this way. It will get better even if I don't feel like it right now. If it's okay if I need the support of professionals, right? So that's what we was talking about earlier. And it's also okay for me to allow people to support me. I think that's a big one that a lot of us struggle with. It's okay to allow other people to support me. So if you need help, right? It's okay to not be okay and to say I need help. That is definitely one that I have struggled with at times, but I always say that I know the people that are there for me and that I can ask, and I ask them. Sometimes I don't want to ask them too much because you don't be wanting to be a burden to people, but most people is like the ones that I know I have my back, I have their back too, and we are there for each other, and it's just what we do as friends, as family, or whatever else. So basically, you have to be able to let people know when you're not okay because ain't nobody, unless they got magical powers, honey, or they got superpowers, then maybe they can read your mind. But if they just an everyday normal human being, they can't read your mind. So you got to let them know what's going on so that they can be of assistance if they can be. Hey, EJ, what's going on? Thank you for coming through. If y'all are not subscribed to EJ, the TV junkie, make sure y'all go ahead and get into it, okay? She just hit 6,000 subscribers. Congratulations again. So proud of you. So yeah, y'all. Definitely confide in people. Let them know if you do need help. We are all in this together. We have to uplift each other and help each other, when we can. And it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to have a bad day. Okay. We ain't robots and we ain't machines. We ain't computers. Okay. We gotta go through the motions and feel what we feeling. And so for the daily affirmations, we have I allow myself to do the things I have. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Child, I'm about to read the same ones again. Y'all, I'm tired, y'all. I am always headed in the right direction. Okay, I like that one. I am always headed in the right direction. So, contrary to what anybody else thinks, I'm on the path I'm supposed to be. Okay, that's what that means. I trust that I am on the right path. That's the next one. I am strong. I'm an individual who attacks success and happiness. Okay, I'm coming for all of it. I'm gonna rise to the top. Okay, like Claudia Power, she keep rising to the top. That's what we gonna do. Okay, we gonna be winning, winning, winning. All I do is win. Then my mind is full of brilliant ideas. Okay, my mind is full of brilliant ideas. I put my energy into things that matter to me. I put my energy into things that matter for me, right? I welcome all new opportunities and experiences. I welcome all new opportunities and experiences. I am a winner. I am a winner. I am a winner. Okay. And my opinion matters. My opinion matters. So I think I'm going to write this one and say it every day. I'm always headed in the right direction because sometimes I don't be knowing whether I'm headed in it or not. I think I need that reminder. So I always tell you guys, out of all the different affirmations that I say, pick one that you think, because sometimes we ain't going to remember all of them, that sticks out to you, that you feel like, that's speaking to me today. That's something I think I want to remember. And say that one either every day when you wake up or every night before you go to sleep. So this is definitely one that I think I'm going to add to my list. I'm always headed in the right direction. Okay. I trust that I'm on the right path. This is my path that is made for me, nobody else. Okay. And I'm going to walk it. Like, period. Okay. And then my mind is full of brilliant ideas, and I'm putting my energy into all the things that matter to me. Okay. So yeah, you guys. Oh, and I forgot to put my banner up. I always be putting up the banner and then forget. Forgetting to even use it. So we have, my depression does not define me. If you are somebody that has depression, it does not define you. Just like if you have any other physical illness, it does not define you. I deserve a life that is meaningful and full of love. You sure do. I will remember the truth about myself. So no matter what any other outsiders may say, that don't matter. Okay. You know the truth about you. That's it. It's okay to need support from others, and it's okay to ask for support from others. Okay. I am always headed in the right direction. I trust that I am on the right path. I am a strong individual. My mind is full of brilliant ideas. I put my energy into the things that matter, and I welcome new opportunities and experiences. And I am a winner. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yes. We do need these affirmations. Definitely. Thank you, Kendall. I love them too. They really are a big help for me. Yeah. Okay. I tell y'all everything I tell y'all to do, I do it for myself too. I don't be just telling y'all about it. I literally be living it. And these have made such a big difference and impact in my life. So that's why I tell people about it. Um 313. Better May says, that's my problem. I always feel like a burden is hard. Yeah, don't, well, you shouldn't feel like a burden. I know it's a natural human reaction. I feel that way too. I really do. I don't be liking to bother people. It takes a lot for me to ask somebody for something. If I ask you for it, that means I really, really need it. Okay. But at the end of the day, I think that you should have a pretty good idea. Like I said, who are the ones that's in your corner, who's your, for real friends that'll hold you down, or family member or whoever that you can confide in. And I'm pretty sure that those same people probably confide in you and lean in you. And that's what it's about. It's about us being able to lean on each other. I always say I'd rather have one real person than 1,000 fake people. All you need is one. Okay. Now I said you only need one mic. You only need one person. Okay. So reach out to that one person and let them reach out to you, and y'all both lift each other up. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Thank you. Yeah, I always tell y'all, try to put them up so y'all can take a screenshot, or I could DM it to you. If you feel like you can't get it clearly, then let me know. LSW says these are good daily affirmations. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad that, like I said, I always say, I hope I reach one person. I hope it's one thing that sticks out to you, whatever it is. Hold on to that and just, keep practicing it, y'all. I know it might feel funny sometimes, and you probably be like, why am I saying this? Why am I doing this? This ain't doing nothing, but you will have that one day that you'll be like, oh, shoot, wait a minute now. Maybe it is doing something because I handled this situation differently, or I didn't get all upset about it and feel a certain way that I would normally feel or before. Slowly but surely, you will see the changes. And even if you don't say them every single day, if you say them a couple of days out the week, or every other day, maybe you start out small with saying it once a week and you gradually keep building it up, whichever way is comfortable for you. There's no one way to do it. There's no right way to do it. Is whatever's comfortable for you, whatever you feel like works for you, and just continue it from there. And I guarantee you will start to see a change. Okay, I'm a living example of it. Because baby, I done came a long way from where I started. Trust and believe. So definitely, just stay consistent with it. Don't give up. Like I said, even if you end up skipping a couple of days or whatever, that don't matter. Just pick up where you left off like you ain't skipped nothing. So that's what I got today, guys. Unless there's anything that anybody else want to talk about. Like I said, I ain't really have too much. I will be back at 5 o'clock to talk about what you should be watching. Okay. I got some November movies for y'all for us to discuss. That's gonna be coming out to the movie theater and streaming services. I also have some movies that I did get a chance to watch just to watch that were from my last list. And some I love, some I hated. Okay. So I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about that, give y'all update on the ones that I did get to see, and also tell y'all what's, coming out for November that you guys might be interested in seeing. I also have up my Power review. I have up Love After Lockup for anybody that watches that. I have up Sisters. I have up The Oval. We did do the Temptations on Thursday night for our movie night with the ladies. If y'all haven't seen that, check that out. I also did American Horror Stories, the episodes 1 through 4 that they dropped. For Halloween. So I've been getting busy every day. Y'all got a lot of content up there. If y'all missed out on any of it, go back and check those out. I appreciate y'all joining me today for Self Care Saturday. I know that this is not everybody's cup of tea. All right. Not everybody be interested in it, or they probably just be thinking I'm talking about makeup and, hair or whatever. But I definitely appreciate everybody that dropped in. Y'all could be anywhere. And the, fact that y'all take time out y'all day to hop in, even if you can't stay, is definitely appreciated. Anybody, like I said, that comes on the replay, let us know, does this affect you? Do you feel a little bit more down with the seasons changing, and what you do to help you cope and get through those times? If you do feel down, make sure that y'all hit that like, okay? You comment, you share, you subscribe. Thank you to Tori and Rain who hopped in. Thank you to Detroit Kings, to HEA, to Miss Kira Speaks, Daria, Alicia Smith, of course, Kendall, my girl, always coming through. Definitely appreciate it. Inga, thank you, beautiful, for coming through and for sharing, some of your stuff with us. 313 Better Made, HEA. I don't know if I named everybody, but I'm definitely thankful to all of y'all. Just call me EJ, Muchella Reviews that hopped in. And if y'all are not subscribed to Miss Kira Speaks, okay, to EJ the TV Junkie, to Muchella Reviews, make sure that you guys subscribe to them. I have them in I think they're in my community tab. They're on my fave list. If you go to my main page, they're in some of the descriptions of my videos. Y'all make sure that y'all subscribe to all of us, okay? And subscribe to me if you are not subscribed, because I'm trying to get to that 1,000 by the end of the year, and I'm getting closer and closer and closer. I'm inching my way forward. I don't know what it is now. I have not looked lately, but I know that I was, I think, less than 20 people away, maybe. So, yeah. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. But thank you so much, HEA. I would definitely appreciate that, okay? Because I have not heard about that, and I have been talking about seasonal depression and suffering with it for a minute. So I would definitely appreciate that. But and I will share it with everybody else too, so that they can know about it, Um Thank you, Inga. I appreciate it. So if you guys are free at 5 o'clock, then I'll see y'all then. But if not, I'll catch y'all the next time, catch the replay. Um and so then, if you are not having a good day today, that's okay, you guys. All right. I hope that tomorrow is a better one for you. As long as we still have tomorrow and have another chance, another day to breathe, it can always get better. So just hang in there. All right. One day at a time, one step at a time. Remember to breathe. Okay. And we will be okay. We got this. All right. We winners out here in these streets. They know now, they know. All right, y'all. Toodaloo. See y'all at 5.